Guys, short is doing well. How you guys doing? The dump happened. Unless I got stopped out. It happens, it happens. Into the sky, Edward. Loved energy. How many streams can we have in a day? Bitcoin daily, trading stream, emergency stream. How many streams? Of course, we gotta pop the webcam on. There you go, guys. You can see my beautiful face again. What goes up comes down. Good evening, my wrecked friends. 3K incoming, and it's not actually 3K, you know, but this is what the stream is about. We're gonna look for some kind of sport levels. We're gonna look for where the bottom is. We're gonna try to figure it out whether this is the bottom. Is the dump over? You can see here the Bitcoin is going into this exhaustion pattern up here. We might have some kind of bounce. I haven't closed my short position just yet, so you know, kind of waiting on that. What's up, Chris? Chris is fine. Chris, what's up? Tell the full moon to act there. Yeah, the full moon is not working in our favor right now. I'm shorting Phantom still. Yeah, Phantom went up like 250%, so it needs to come down a little bit. You know, there's that. We got a milk, guys. We got milk on the table. So there is that. We got a milk on the table. Is it the moon? Alright, Charlie, I'm good. But your wife, something is nice. She just buy something, wife, nice. She had birthday like not so long ago, and then you know we are having, you know, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, you know, this Sunday and Tuesday. So you know there is definitely gonna be more gifts. Homelander vibes. So the poll, we gotta have the poll, of course. Did you like the like? I always like the like I like after the stream. This isn't likeable. There we go. So we gotta figure out whether this is the bottom, guys. We gotta figure out whether this is the bottom. You see here we dumped down big time. Just before the dump, there were these two berries. There was this pattern up here. Goes down onto the support, and you have these two mountains up here. They are always very, very bearish. I don't know what what to call this, but these two mountains are very bearish, and that's when we dump down here. Very important support here at 22.4. 22.4. So right now this is on moving towards downside. If you look at the daily time frame, we did dump big time from this 10-20 moving average, and the big question is this over here? But you know, it is kind of an empty space. There is a line that is very nice, and this line up here, unfortunately this is a bearish engulfing candle, so I'm a little bit unsure whether this is gonna hold. We also got, you know, on the 4 hour we got, you know, 200 moving average right below us down here. Will this hold? But you know, these are big moves, so you know, asking a 4 hourly 200 moving average on a big move to hold, I think is a little bit too much to ask for a moving average. 2-day time frame up here, we got on 2-day time frame we got a 200 moving average right below us up here. You know, and weekly time frame is all the way down there. But you know, these first support levels are starting to get hit over here, and we still don't see, I mean, on this 5-time time frame we see that we might get some kind of rebound over here, but it's still not in this exhaustion pattern up here, you know, it might actually turn around. But these are small time frame, like this is minute and 5 time frame up here. You'll see down here we went down, and you know, the sellers, the buyers are not just winning, the buyers are not just you know, there is no pressure in the buying, and it's still bleeding towards downside. So can we expect more dump? I think we do. Unfortunately, I think we can expect more dump, but I'm not gonna say anything right now because you know, this can definitely break towards upside. So there is a channel over here. This looks a little bit like you know, falling wedge. So we're gonna see how this breaks out. The channel should be named The Moon Adopter. Road 12K. Let me be the mod here. Nah. Golden Cross on daily. Dead Cross on the weekly. Golden Cross on the daily time frame. Yeah, so on the daily time frame up here we got a Golden Cross. Everybody was super bullish. But if you, I remember we talked before about the golden and bearish cross, and oftentimes these dead crosses indicate some kind of bottom, guys. Indicate some kind of bottom. Yes, we dumped down here a little bit more, but you know we've been dumping big time towards the dead cross and then dumped down a little bit. So it's almost like, you know, dead cross and gold cross are actually, you know, bullish and bearish sentiments. Over here we got a dead cross and then we went up. Over here we got a bull cross and then we went a little bit up and then down. Here it was dead cross, right? Eventually, you know, there will be times when, you know, the gold crosses will play out nicely. Over here we got the dead cross and we pumped up, then we went a little bit more down and then up. Zigzag pattern up here. But eventually these big moves do tend to indicate a reversal, but it can be also a failed signal, right? So this is very nice. I like the bull, you know, golden cross up here, bullish cross. Unfortunately, it's not helping us right now. We have to wait, have that survey every time. Yeah. Anyway, still more sure. Yeah, the survey helps with the likes. I don't know if you know. I noticed that the survey does actually make people, you know, hit the like button, I'm not that the survey makes to hit the like button. You know, so I don't have to tell people to, like, you know, hit the like button and not, you know, whatnot. I just have to, you know, write that, and you know they immediately VIX breaking out. So the DXY up here. The DXY on the 4 hourly, we had some kind of bull flag up here on the 4 hourly, right? And this looks like it wants to break up. As soon as it hit this down channel up here, I think it was actually Gort that told me this is a bull flag, and I check it out. It does look like a bull flag. It came some kind of top up here, goes into here up here. So if this starts breaking up above the, you know, 2010 moving average up here, we might expect more pain. And if this is in fact bull flag up here, right, towards top of the channel up here, wherever, top of the channel up here, if you can expect, we can expect this to go to 105 or something like that. So, you know, there is more pain to come. And if you look at the stock market right now, they are dumping, guys. They're dumping, just like we kind of predict, because over here there was a failed breakout out of the rising wedge, retest, second retest up here. There was a line up here, trend line. Went right back. So right now it's sitting on support, but it does look a little bit weak. So it needs to hold this support and try again towards upside. But if it fails down, we might look for, you know, more dumpish to come. The Nasdaq as well hit the, you know, top of the triangle over here, climbed slowly towards top of the triangle, hit top of the triangle, right back down again. And Nasdaq, yeah, that was the Dow Jones, and the Nasdaq up here is still in this channel coming down to the support. So right now we're coming down to this support level, but it's below the 50 moving average. So hard to say what's gonna happen next, because right now we are on the support up here. We are, you know, very close to the support on the Dow Jones, and S&P 500 is on this rising wedge on the support, and this is also a channel triangle that's sitting on the support. But the DXY looks like it might actually do another move towards upside. So if it does another move towards upside, that means that everything is gonna get wrecked, guys. Everything is gonna get wrecked. At least the way I see it right now. The big question is, where is our support levels, guys? Where is our support levels? How are we gonna do that? Oh, this is actually quite nice. This actually, we drew this line actually on one minute time frame. You can see here that it actually holds. If you look at it on a 1 hourly time frame, it's actually very nice, give or take, right? Some kind of button down there, right? But we might adjust that a little bit up here. There we go. So we're coming to that bottom down there. It might be, it just might be the bottom, right? It doesn't, it's not you know, support line, but it might be the bottom up here. Now the problem up here, this is 1 hour. Let's see, 3 hours up here, 5 minutes up here. It's trying to climb a little bit up here. It's coming curving towards the upside up here. So is this the bottom, guys? That's a big question. Now, if this expanding musical instrument towards the downside, this should technically tend to break towards the upside. But if this expanding musical to the downside, you know, breaks over here, then we are getting a huge dump down there. Huge dump down there. Now, I don't want to say just yet, but, you know, Crypto Savvy might be right, because he's calling still for, you know, 14K, 12K, 13K, whatever. But we are not quite there yet. We are a little bit more realistic. We are not, you know, perma bears or perma bulls. We are bulls when we need to be bullish, and we are bearish when we need to be bearish. We need to, you know, listen to the charts and figure out where this is gonna go. But it is kind of curving up here on the downside. This is on 30 minutes time frame, so it's curving down here on the support line over here. The worst case scenario right now, just continue dumping down, but I don't think that's the worst case scenario, because if you look at the indicators over here, this is the 30 minutes indicator sitting down at 14, level 1, you know, 1 hourly RSI sitting at 18, 4 hourly is very low at 25, but can definitely go lower. Like, never underestimate RSI, never think that, oh, it's at, you know, 25, it can always go lower. And even my own indicator down here showing overextensions towards downside. So what I'm assuming right now is going to happen is that we are going to create some kind of bottom over here where we're going to consolidate, and we need to get out of the bottom towards the upside. So this is the trend line over here right now. This is the trend line that we need to break, you know, to continue the trend towards the upside. But we are right now, and we are right now technically on some kind of support. We are definitely on some kind of support. So if you look on daily time frame, we are going right now sitting at 47 level on RSI, which is not actually a good thing, because in some kind of uptrend, you want to keep above, you know, something like, you know, 50-60 levels. So being down at 46 means that you are changing the trend towards downside. So this daily up here might actually continue all the way down here, and then, you know, eventually get back up again. You can see also here on the MACD that the daily is increasing momentum towards downside still over here, and the daily is also a little bit oversold, but you know, daily time frames can have these big dumps over here. I don't know if you can see that they can have these big dumps, right? And so I'm a little bit unsure whether this is it. You know, I can say that, you know, we are definitely on some kind of support down here, 21.8, and you can see up here you hit this weekly, you know, support level on the almost on the dollar, 21.8. We got this 200 moving average down here at 21.6. But it looks weak. It looks weak. I mean, it is curving, and the volume is quite high. The volume is quite high. This Binance volume up high. The volume increased up here and moved down, and right now it's doing this, you know, pullback channel up here. I think it can bounce definitely, but whether this is the, you know, the bottom itself, a little bit unsure. A little bit unsure. So nice. I love your videos. Nice. No drop. Check the SY. I bought Bitcoin at 22.5 support. I told you to observe what I do. I chose this isn't likable, but I clicked anyway. That's good, man. As long as you click the right button, you can choose whichever option you want. Crypto savings 7K. Crypto savings in the chat, guys. We got crypto saving. We just said crypto saving. Man, listen to me. Is this real crypto saving? I don't know if this is real crypto saving. Can somebody confirm this is the real crypto saving? Because, you know, people can have, you know, different kind of, you know, names. Different kind of names. Man, just wait a little. Let me just confirm this is you. Is this crypto saving? I'm just gonna assume it's crypto saving. I'm just gonna assume crypto. Listen, man. I don't think we're gonna go down to, you know, 12K, 10K, 7K. But if you are right on this one, if you're, you know, everybody was hating on you. Everybody was hating on you. But if you're right on this one, if you're right on this one, you're gonna be a legend. You're gonna be a legend, man. You're gonna be a legend. So there's that. There's that. He looks real. Okay, he looks real. So we are assuming the crypto save is real. It's nice that you stop by the channel. But if you get this one right, you're gonna be a legend. You're gonna be a legend. Now, what crypto save is saying that we are gonna go down to 12K. That, you know, we're gonna go down to, you know, down here, even lower down here, you know, 7K down here, maybe, you know, whatever. I don't think this is probable at all. But what I do think it's probable is that we go very low down, and that's because the 2014 button, right? We had it, you know, 2014 button. Where is the 2014 button? Down here somewhere. Let's just go down there for a second. Over here. At first I thought that this move was actually this move over here, and I've been talking, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, videos where I'm explaining that this is 2014 button, but unfortunately it's more likely that we are over here and not, you know, on this move up here, on this parabolic move up here. And there are reasons for that, and you can actually check it out. But you can see up here what happened here. We went below the support levels, right? And I'm fearing that this might be the move that gets us below support levels up here back again, and then we have this parabolic move towards the upside. So that's my fear. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen. I'm saying that that could happen. That could happen. I mean, history doesn't repeat itself, but you know, it could, right? That's the thing. Now, Crypto Savvy is legend right now a little bit because we are pulling back, but if it stops over here, you know, and goes towards the upside, then, you know, he failed again. We on this channel, we really don't know where we're gonna have the support. We are not long-term predictors of the price. We don't know where the top or the bottom is, but we follow the trends. Crypto Savvy, thanks for stopping by, man. I like you. So there is that. So you're gonna see that. We're gonna see that. Also, Capo, you remember? You guys know the Capo on the on Twitter. I don't know if he posted anything lately. Capo, he was getting a lot of heat for being bearish. He was telling everybody since January 2029. For those wondering, I'm totally fine just disconnecting from all the Twitter negativity and focus on the charts, because he since January he's been telling people that he's big short, waiting short, still short and strong. So this guy's getting a lot of heat, but he might get a less heat now that if we do fall down again. So there is that. So there's a whole bunch of YouTubers that are very bearish since the bottoms, and they do hope that we go down again. Whether we're gonna go down again or not, that's the big question, right? Whether we're gonna go down again to those levels is a big question. So I'm saying this move down here could happen, but I don't know if the move down to 16k, we could just get down below this level down here, below 18k, something like that, and then go towards the upside, but we can also go all the way down to 15k or something like that. And we can of course also just go down to the moving averages and bounce off of that. Like there is this whole bunch of ways this can actually play out, so we don't actually know, at least not on this channel. If you wanna somebody who knows 100% with certainty where we're gonna go, this is in the channel. But we say that that could happen. So, but we are not looking at that just yet. We are just looking at this move. We need to find the trend for this move up here. And right now we have this expanding wedge up here that's playing out nicely. And as long as this expanding wedge is holding, we're gonna stick with the expanding wedge, whatever that is up here. Wow, this. Let me just put it up here. There we go. So, and as long as this expanding wedge is playing out, we're just gonna say this is the support, this is the resistance. We got a downtrend, but the downtrend decreases once you break the support levels on the downside. But we are not there yet. You can see here we are getting support levels right now. So there is that. Minus 77% down. Damn. We knew we were bearish when SafeMoon came into the chart. As soon as SafeMoon comes into the chart, you know something's up. Sasha, can you look at gold? Why gold, man? What's happening to gold? Gold needs to be looked at on weekly and monthly time frame. No, gold hit some kind of top up here. I was actually wrong on the gold. This pattern up here on the gold is playing out exactly like Bitcoin. A big move towards that, a bull rally. Extend, smack, hug, dump pattern towards downside. So we extended, smacked, hugged. Sometimes you have this fake out towards upside, just like Bitcoin did, and you have a dump. But this dump over here often go a lot lower. So I'm expecting some kind of 14 levels down here on gold, and this explode towards upside. But it's just pulling back to the moving averages, on the weekly time frame, on the monthly time frame. So it's no big deal yet. It didn't break, a lot of stuff just yet. Let me see this line up here. Yeah, it failed to actually get up here above the line, so this is actually quite bad. So if you close below the line up here towards the upside, it looks like this uptrend over here kind of is finished right now. This is a retest right now, and it's gonna pull back. Once gold goes below 16k or something like that, that's when the big dumps happen. So there is that. Why must I always take profits and buy stuff? I'm long but no stop loss for recommendation. Lol, pray. 1000x longs. Where can I do that? We should know where the bottom was though. We do? I don't know. I mean, there is always support lines here and there, but you never know where the actual bottom can be. And right now, Bitcoin is pulling back. I still haven't closed my short, so I might be, in the wrong over here. Not closing the short and whatnot after this dump, because this can definitely, for whatever reason, just pump up here above the moving averages and continue towards upside, because it picked up liquidity down here, guys. This is what we've been talking about. There is liquidity both above us and below us, right? So you get some kind of liquidity levels up here above us, actually all the way up here. And let's say up here beside the wick, right? We gotta, actually we should remove the wick as well. There is a whole bunch of liquidity above us. Why is it above us? Because there is a lot of people shorting up here. So if they're setting stop losses up here and liquidation zones up here, because they don't think we can get back above these levels, right? So there are a lot of short positions over here. So there is a huge amount of liquidity towards upside. But there is also a lot of liquidity below us, and exactly where the liquidity is. And right now we are into inside that liquidity zone up here. and this liquidity. And you see right now that we are picking up all of the liquidity into the zone, right? Because these guys that are going long over here, they're putting their stop losses below this, previous, very, very low levels down here, and liquidation zones are all down here as well. So, there is also a bunch of liquidity down there. And there is also, of course, liquidity down here, but there is less liquidity over here than actually over here. So the most amount of liquidity right now towards the upside and downside, the way I see it, is right up here. That's that's the shortest liquidity, and this is the longest liquidity. So right now we are picking up a whole bunch of that liquidity up here, and we can technically just bounce out of this liquidity zone and continue towards the upside, because next liquidity levels, are not down here below, because we picked up everything. So if you want to pick up even more liquidity than that, you got to go all the way down here towards this bottom down here and pick up that liquidity. So the big question is, how likely are the bears to push the price even more down into this liquidity zone, pick up this liquidity, and then go towards the upside? Those are the big questions, right? We won't be analyzing that too much, but you saw right now that both S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq are coming to some kind of support levels. DXY looks like it wants to bounce. World War III FUD. I haven't seen anything about World War III FUD, and I can't see anything about. Now, there is no World War III FUD just yet. No. If you remember what happened just before the war started in February 2022, guys. Couple of weeks before the war actually broke out, all the news media was saying, Putin and Russia are going into the war. Putin and Russia are gonna start a war. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. And it started. Because, intelligence services, these kind of guys, they know something, and, it will come out in the news before it actually starts. If you think something big is gonna start, at least from, their side, we're gonna know ahead of time. People make same prediction based on pullback in pumps 4%. No wonder why people lose money. 9th November. We're gonna carry on down. Where are you from? I'm in Georgia, you say. I'm in Norway. It's very cold and windy here right now. I think there's more wind, other places in the world, but I wrote on Twitter because, where is it? I wrote on Twitter that of all the weathers, I hate wind the most, and this is very, very true. You cannot hide from the wind. It just gets everywhere. It just gets everywhere. You cannot buy, have a big jacket on. It just gets everywhere. Like, I hate the wind. I hate the wind. So so let's analyze the support levels up here. This around the bottom up here, the buyers are definitely coming. There is a lot of sell pressure, but the fact that this isn't just nice pump towards the upside, and it's a curvature after this big move towards the downside, telling me that there is a lot of buyers coming in over here. There are a lot of buyers coming in over here and trying to push the price up. But there is also still a lot of sell pressure, because if there was no sell pressure, the price would just do a V-shaped recovery, right? So there is a lot of sell pressure, but there is also a lot of buying pressure. So what's going to happen over here, I think, is that we are getting a lot of buying pressure up here on these support levels, and the sell pressure is still very high. But as soon as either sell pressure or the buying pressure, goes down, the price will change and go into that direction. So you'll see either Bitcoin recovering, or you'll see Bitcoin failing and going towards downside. Once this failure happens, that the bears are winning, or once you see some kind of trends up here breaking and the price kind of going into some kind of parabolic move up, that means that the bulls are winning. The bulls are winning. Are hard to say right now. So let's go up here and put again our support and levels up here. So we're just gonna focus on the support levels right now. We're not gonna put any resistance level up here on the chart. And these are all important ones, right? These are weekly support and resistance level up here, down here, up there. So these are just these ones. Then you got a 10 moving average that's gonna change a little bit, from day. Down here, there's a whole bunch of support down here at around 19K, give or take. But down, once we look at all this over here, over here we got a 21.8, and we got 20.8 down here, and then after that we got 19.7. So I can say that we're just gonna hold the first support and bounce. That can definitely happen. but we can also go to the next support around 20.8. I mean, these are major, you know, support levels right now for us to hold, right? And then, you know, anything between 19.6 and all the way down to 18.7. This, you know, major, what are you gonna say? Major support level zone right up here, because there are a whole bunch of, you know, levels. Then when you come down there, you got you know, around 16-17k. So how many of these support levels can we actually break towards downside if you continue going towards downside? That's a big question. On the monthly time frame, we got one more level up here at 20.4. That's very interesting. We got a bottom down there. Very interesting. Do we have anything else? We got this bottom down here. Yeah, these levels up here. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. So you can see up here how it actually looks. There is actually one more level up here, and the other one down there. So there are a couple of, you know, strong horizontal levels that we can actually, you know, hold or not hold. You can see here we bounced off of this weekly 21.8 level, which is very nice, but this is only first level. Now the bullish scenario up here comes, there has been no, you know, bearish engulfing candle up here or anything like that, right? We just had, you know, a green candle and a pullback on a red candle. Right now you just, you know, continue going towards downside. So imagining that this is going to go all the way down some kind of 15k, we are not quite there yet. I would say if we go below 19-20k, these support lines down here, that's when the, you know, trouble can, you know, occur and we go all the way down. But going down to the 10-20 moving average on the weekly time frame is perfectly normal move. It's a very, very normal move. I understand that that's, you know, another 10-12% towards the downside, but it's a very, very normal move. I wouldn't be, you know, very worried about that. But by the time we get worried about something, meaning, you know, by the time, you know, we actually drop down here into the zone and below the zone down here, it's kind of already, you kind of already some kind of bottom down there, right? So we need to learn to start to worry before the dump actually happens. And then when the dump is actually happening, we need to, you know, instead of worrying where the support is, be like looking for where the support, so we can, you know, long stuff. See, I have my bag of Matic from 2 years ago. Isn't it already up? Matic is one of these coins that are almost at the top. You know, it's such a strong coin. It's insane. Look here, man. This thing only needs to do another, 124%. And if you see, you know, Phantom that did like something like 240%. You know, it doesn't have to move much. It doesn't have to move much until it's at all-time high. It's only 124. I don't know a lot of coins that need to move only something like, you know, 130%, like these big coins, and get to the all-time high. This is one of the very, very few coins that are, you know, stupidly bullish. And I tell people, don't short Matic, because Matic is right now down 1%. Like, it's down 1%. It's nothing, right? It's so bullish. It's such a bullish coin, right? Everything is down like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9%, but Matic is not. There we go. We're getting this curvature up here right now. We still don't know where the actually, you know, there is a very important trend line over here. Something like this up here, give or take. Let's go a little bit up time frame up here. Maybe something like this up here. But no, it's not this one. It's the 50 moving average up here. How we draw this? Something like this, yeah, 50 moving average. But this very steep downtrend up here. I think we need to look at it in the small time frames over here. Yeah, so you can go up, you know, 20.3 or something like that. It came down to 21.9, but it doesn't look that strong. It did break out of this, you know, falling exhaustion pattern towards the upside slowly, but there is no movement. See here, guys. Here's another thing. When you have these, you know, moves towards downside over here. When you have these moves towards downside, right, and you break them towards the upside, you would expect this just to explode towards the upside, right? Because you broke the resistance, you go up, right? But the price just, you know, kind of slowly goes up, even curving towards the upside. There's a lot of sell pressure. And you can see right over here, right now, that even this option over here, right now, is losing momentum. Is losing momentum. When you break the, when you start breaking the moving averages, you break the momentum, right? So even over here on the small time frames, 1 minute time frame, the price doesn't have enough, you know, movement towards the upside. But it's too soon. It's too soon to say anything. And 5 times and stuff like that up here, trying to recover up there again. You can see up here how nicely it holds this, you know, falling expanding wedge towards the downside. Where did the line go? Where did you show the lines? There are lines. So these are the support levels. This is what we're looking at. The big question is this gonna hold and we go up from over here, or are we gonna fall lower, 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 lower? And it's hard to say, because oftentimes, you know, these patterns on 5-minute time frame, 1-minute time frame, they are not enough, guys. They're not enough. You gotta have some kind of bottom, either, you know, V-shaped recovery up here on 1 hourly time frame or something like that. You have to have some kind of bottom, some kind of pattern on a bigger time frame, like hourly, 4-hourly time frame, stuff like that, right? You gotta have something that you can see, something that plays out, and then say, okay, this is actually looking good. Because whatever happens on the 5-minute time frame is really not important. It might be the first move on something and then change it, because, you know, but that is that. I'll listen to you, TLA. I don't short Matic anymore. Matic is stupidly bullish. And we don't short Matic and we don't short Dogecoin here on this channel. Why do we don't we short Matic? Matic is stupidly bullish. It pulls down with Bitcoin less than Bitcoin, and any kind of slight recovery, it explodes. You know, it explodes like 10 times more than it pulled back. And we don't short Dogecoin because it takes only one tweet from Elon Musk and Dogecoin is up like 40%, you know. So those are the two things. To be honest, it looks terrible. It looks terrible, but it doesn't have to be terrible, right? It is only the first move. Now, the daily time frame up here, it does look kind of, you know, sketchy. And this is the first move below the support line, right? So this is the first move below the support line, so we can expect, hopefully, some kind of pullback up here. There has also been, you know, this trend up here towards the upside that we broke. This is the first warning sign up here. Once we broke that and retest that at the top, this is the first warning sign, and then we had this support line up here. Right now we are breaking that. We still got 3 hours left, so if we in the last 3 hours manage to pull back up here, that's going to be stupidly bullish and we explode towards upside again, right? But you know, 3 hours left, that's you know, another 4-hour candle. So if this 4-hour candle can manage to do the move above up there, you know, that's all good and dandy, but we don't have anything like that yet. Now, this move towards downside, I would say it's already done. What needs to be seen right now is how much bullishness or bearishness is in the price. What we need to see now is some kind of bullish price movement, right? That's what we all look. Either some kind of bullish candles, bullish price movement, bullish recovery, bullish, you know, patterns, anything bullish that can tell us right now, you know what, this thing over here, it's stupidly bullish, it goes towards the upside. But it cannot be on the, you know, 5-minute time frames or 1 minute time frames. I mean, these small time frames can give you some kind of indication that maybe it's gonna, you know, turn around and go towards the upside. But it, you know, it's the big time frames like 1 hour and stuff like that that really tell the tale whether we are, you know, strongly bullish or bearish. Engulfing candle, for example, an engulfing candle, that would be very nice. 4-hourly engulfing candle towards the upside would be very, very nice. Not a short. Kid was crying. Yeah, we tried shorting, guys, today several times. We tried shorting Cardano several times there. Unfortunately, we didn't get you know, nice entry points on Cardano. We tried. Where did we try shorting up here? Was it over here? I think we started trying to short it up here and then tried shorting over here, and then tried to be shorting last time. We tried to short up here, but you know, we never got, you know, those very nice entry points. And you know, this failed, and this failed over here. And you might be asking yourself, how did this fail? Yeah, because, you know, we don't want to take big risks, and you know, if you want to short, you gotta, you know, get the tops. And we are not getting the tops, we are getting down here. So you know, price was, you know, zigzaggy every single time, so we are getting out in, and we kind of fell short, and that's fine, you know. But you know, right now we still have, you know, we still have capital to deploy into a long position or a short position or something like that. So we're gonna see where this goes. If you get some kind of nice bounce, we might, you know, short it. If you see some kind of rejection and stuff like that. Over here on the, this is different type of pattern up here. But it is nice. Over here we went down here, we had some kind of, you know, exhaustion, you know, maybe falling wedge down here. We curved up here very nicely, but there is no continuation from this up here. It's still pulling back. There is still a lot of selling pressure, and it's really hard to say what's gonna happen next. Is this move down because of the Kraken FUD? No, it was, you know, we have been expecting the move down. At least from my side, not everybody has been expecting the move down, but I have been expecting the move down, you know, for a couple of days right now. You know, because this trend over here kind of broke. This is a retest on that trend, right? So the momentum was changing for a long time, and this is just, you know, and then we went up down here below the moving averages, tried to get back up, failed that, and once we failed that, this was kind of given that it's gonna happen. And there was always hoping that we can, you know, bounce back and continue towards the upside, but you know, it was looking very, very bearish. So I wouldn't say that this is Kraken FUD or anything like that. And I don't know if the Kraken FUD is actually a FUD, because Kraken is actually doing the thing that, you know, it's out there right now. Also corrections need, might reach 3 before the bull run. Maybe. We are not very big on, you know, targets and stuff like that when it comes to, you know, how high can this thing go? I don't know. I didn't realize all-time highs could happen in bear markets too, Kitty says. Well, there are no all-time highs. It's just a normal movement where it loses speed and goes down. I mean, it's not like, even up here, right? You had some kind of rising wedge up here and then it continued towards downside. I mean, the trend, this is short-term trends, right? These are short-term trends. This is consolidation up here. We start uptrend up here, move down, consolidation. This is a, you know, very, very steep uptrend over here that, you know, failed and right now moving down. But these are just, you know, normal moves in any kind of, you know, move. Up here there was a slight move, up here there was a bigger move towards upside up here, you know. Over here you can see up here we can start curving towards upside. We pulled back down and then it went higher up here, you know. So, you know, this is a, what are we gonna say? This is a, you know, I would say daily movement like price, right? I mean, nothing goes towards the top in straight line, right? And even the bull market has the pullbacks, right? It's very normal movement. If you look at it on a weekly time frame, we're just, you know, slightly pulling back over here. Like, it's not like, if you go back below the line down here, of course, that might be actually very bad. But we might get down here again and continue towards upside. We're gonna see, we're gonna analyze this another time. Because there is a very nice trend line over here that I don't want to break, right? So if you're going to go back down to that trend line over here and this trend line over here, we might see some kind of, you know, depends when you get there, maybe next week or 2 weeks or something like that, right? We might see it back down at 16K on the same trend line up here, and nothing will be wrong with the price of Bitcoin, right? So it's just daily trend line that actually allows the steam up here at the top. There is a lot of sellers coming in. And when a lot of sellers coming in, then you start breaking trends over here, start breaking momentum, losing momentum, people turn more bearish and so forth, and then the price moves down. Did you exit 0.44? I didn't. I slept about 2 hours in total the last 2 nights. Expect this move and position myself. Nice, Fabian. Nice, very nice. So a little bit unsure what to do now. A little bit unsure what to do next. It does not seem to have a lot of, you know, puff going right back up again. So I'm expecting some kind of consolidation down here. I don't know what kind of consolidation is going to be. We need to just wait and see if there is a pattern, if there is a pullback, if there is some kind of move above the moving averages. You can see right now that on 4-hourly time frame, these moving averages are still way above us. So we need to consolidate a little bit to get these averages down if we want to push it more down. So for example, if you look at, you know, 10-20 moving averages up here, 10-20 moving averages up here, you'll see right now that we are getting pushed by these moving averages towards downside. Just let it move. Moving averages towards downside. So if you're gonna push it more down, I mean, we can definitely continue just dumping over down here, but we might also consolidate for a little while up here for a day or something like that. Then start hitting these moving averages and then do another job towards downside. On the other hand, we can also consolidate in a, you know, jump up on the moving averages and, you know, continue towards upside. But it's a big dump, and it's a dump with volume as well. There has been big volume down here on the dump, just like over here. This is the you know, FOMC Powell speaking of FOMC meeting or something like that, right? Over here, this is the big move towards upside. This is the volatility. You can see up here, you know, right now we are having the same amount of, you know, volume that we had on the FOMC meeting, which does indicate that, you know, the volatility is definitely in there. The move is really, you know, as real as it gets. And the big questions are, you know, where the supports are. So we gotta, you know, and this 4-hourly support line up here, I didn't put the line there because the 4-hourly support line, although important, and it might hold us for a little while, it's not, you know, the big kahuna, you know. The big kahuna is that's gonna, I think that's gonna save us are these, you know, weekly and monthly support and resistance line, moving averages and so forth. So I think we have we need to see how this plays out. And hopefully, you know, every single, you know, of these support levels will have a chance to bounce us. But where do we bounce? That's a big question. And we don't know, you know, we don't know. The best we can do right now, let me see up here. might be a channel up here, right? So the channel up here, you know, got a curvature up here. Are we gonna get a curvature up here again and try, you know, again towards the upside? Are we gonna move up here and, you know, continue towards the downside? I don't know. But I would say once this channel up here is broken towards the downside, it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over. So we are looking for it to break the channel. So right now we have a, you know, downtrending trend over here. And we under no circumstances want to break this downtrending trend towards the downside, because this is going to increase the, you know, dump. There will be a huge dump if this channel breaks towards the downside. There will be a huge dump if this channel breaks towards the downside, because then it's increasing the speed even faster down over here. And that might, if this very steep channel towards the downside does break towards the downside, what we are actually looking for then is capitulation dump and the bottom as well, right? So. But it is a very steep channel towards the downside right now. It is a very steep channel towards the downside. And the way I see it, any kind of pump up here needs to be shorted, because we have not changed the trend. So any kind of, you know, people are longing right now this bottom over here. And I understand, you're at bottom, you're extended. It's nice to, you know, scalp long, whatever not. But, you know, yeah, to assume that this is the bottom just because it hit, you know, some kind of channel bottom, some kind of, you know, support line, and it's going to bounce off here, it's too early for that. So be careful about, you know, your long positions, and assume the trend is towards the downside, because any kind of bounce will be shorted by shorters. Any single bounce, they will attack any single bounce. They will attack any single bounce, and then we try to push it down. So if bulls don't have enough, you know, manpower to push it outside of the channel and wreck the bears will wreck every single, you know, try to, you know, push it back up. Meaning that cat bounces, and we try to push the price even lower down. So bears are giving in down here on the bottom. You have to understand that bears are not done yet. The bears are not done yet. What they see right now is they see that it's on the bottom, so they're not shorting the bottom. They're not shorting the bottom. They pushed it down towards the bottom, and right now they're still, you know, building their positions, but they are letting the bulls to, you know, use up their guns. They're letting the bulls to push the price a little bit up. They're letting the bulls to use a little bit of money to push the price, and then when the price comes, you know, they're waiting for the perfect moment to attack. When the bulls have, you know, used up everything, the retail has bought everything, and when they have nothing left, then the bears come again and try to push the price down, because it's a lot easier to push it down over here than over here. Over here, down here, you know, a lot of bulls are trying to hold a position. A lot of bulls are trying to hold a level. A lot of bulls are trying to, you know, not make the price fall down. So, you know, taking the fight over here is not very useful, but letting the price, you know, climb a little bit up here, letting the, you know, the retails and the institutions, you know, use a little bit of their, you know, ammo to push the price towards upside a little bit up here, and then attack the price on some kind of, you know, pump. That is a lot more, that could have a lot more success rate to push it down again, right? So over here, you know, trying just to push it even down over here, it could happen, but it could be very, very hard. Bitcoin has been disrespected. Huge skepticism will bring downside action. What happened to Kraken? Was he hacked or liquidity issue? Nah, Kraken just, you know, listened to the SEC about, you know, some kind of DeFi stuff. I don't understand. Yeah, the staking in crypto is not allowed anymore, so something like that. I don't know. That dump was nice. I taken some profits. Very well. Yeah, it's definitely profit taking, you know, place, but I'm not taking any profits yet. You know, the way I see it, when you have a nice position, you know, entry, and my position entry is down here, up here at, you know, 23.2 or something like that, right? It's not up here, but it's up here at this top up here. And the trend is still towards downside, and we are not seeing much of a trend change or anything like that. Let's just wait. No staking means more selling. It could be that. Could be that, you know, the rumors were already out and they have been just waiting for, you know, today to, you know, when the rumors come out, news come out, that you know, to start selling. I mean, could be that. Don't know. Guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. But before we go, look at these guys over here. Look here, over here. These are the levels, right? These are important levels. I'm just gonna remove moving average, so this is a lot more cleaner up here. I'm gonna move this support line, this trend line over here. And this trend line up here, I'm a little bit unsure about that, but might go something like, oh, this is nice. I didn't even see this one. Oh, I got to remember this one. So we can go down to something, you know, 14k, 15k down here, depends on 13k. So these are the support levels, guys. These are the support levels. Which support level holds? Which support level holds? It's a big question, guys. It's a big question which support level holds and where we bounce from. Big question. Please, please don't go. Whoa. But what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, we cannot short right now. I mean, we have money to deploy. We have money for shorting, but this account, I can't switch. Anyhow, we have 2k to short, but you know, we cannot short. And it doesn't make any sense to, you know, go long, because it's just, you know, it might be some kind of like over here that can bounce. But you know, we can't short right now. We could short earlier today, and we tried to short several times Cardano, because I saw like it was kind of looking very nice and juicy, you know, for a short. It could dump, you know, everything was looking very, very nice. And we failed 3 times shorting. Like, I'm not gonna short down here. Could it dump more? Yeah, but it's kind of over. The big dump already started. And if I want to short, you know, I would like, you know, a bigger, you know, bigger pullback or something like that. Bigger pullback, some kind of moving average, some kind of stability, and then short that towards downside. But then down here, it's not shorting season. It's not shorting season, right? So there is that. So we cannot short. We cannot short. And there is not much talking about, because we can stay and watch the chart on 5-minute chart and stuff like that. But it's not just there yet. Let me show you one more thing. Yeah. So, but what you guys think? Do you guys think that we're gonna, you know, bounce from these levels or go lower? I'm a little bit unsure about that. Let me see up here. BTC, what next move? My liquidate is near. I have by 23.3, my liquidate is 21.6. Tell what next. Can't tell you what next, man. I'm not that kind of guy. Just go 200x on 1 second chart. Yeah, we can do 200x. Yeah, we can do that. No, 100x. We have account over here. We have account over here. Wait, where is it? We have account over here. And we got a $1. We got a $1 on the account. $1 account. So we're gonna try to make this account, you know, into, you know, $100 or $10. Let's try to get, you know, from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. So we're gonna do Bitcoin 100x. That's the only way to do it. Isolated, zero, no stop losses, and hope for the best, right? That's what we gotta do. Because there is no other way. There is no other way, right? A little lower than up from, right? So we're gonna take, that's the, you know, trading challenge. Take $1 and make it into something more, right? Can it be done? Can you make money with $1? Now, if we are able to do that, we'll show to the world. If you can make $1 into 10, then you can make 10 into 100, and if you make 100, you can make it into more, right? Go across and enter with 0.5. There is no need to do like, you know, 50% of $1. There is no need for that. It's $1, guys. It's $1. You need to put the dollar to work. You need to put the dollar to, you know, max advantage. If I could do 125x, 200x, I would do 200x. It's $1. You're not gonna get to $10 if you do, you know, 2% of your account with 3x leverage on $1. It's just not gonna happen. You understand that? My short is finally exploding. Finally, the Sandra plant. What's up? 500x. So, but big question is when do we go long? When do we go long, right? Or what we have over here right now is some kind of top up here. We have a trend over here. So once the trend changes, we can actually go, you know, 100x long. We can go 100x long once the trend changes over here. So let's do that. And right now we create some kind of pivot point. We are creating some kind of, you know, curvature up here. This curvature is actually a little bit bullish up here. So if you can manage to go up here, you know, and get above the line, that might be nice. But it's still pushing it down. It's still pushing down. interested in the fate of the dollar. Yeah, so do subscribe, guys, do subscribe, do keep on watching the channel, you know, and you know, in maybe a couple of months you'll come back and you know that dollar will be maybe $2 or $3. The life of the dollar. You're gonna do the $1 challenge. Yeah, it's been a plan. I haven't started it, so you know, we might as well start with it right now. And you know, there is no such thing. You do $1 challenge, you do, you know, 100x, you get liquidated, and the challenge finished. No, no, no. The challenge is never finished. We're just gonna keep on piling that account with $1 until we start moving that dollar towards the upside, right? And every time you get liquidated, you can always restart the challenge with $1. There is no amount of, you know, there is not like you got 10 chances. No, no, no. You have 1,000,000 chances. Doesn't matter. You can always put $1 onto that account. Of course, use my Bybit link down below. And you know, I think that's, you know, pretty much, you know, self-saying or whatever it's called. We can always use that $1, put it on the account, and try to make it into, you know, more dollars. That's a challenge. Now, but we got a 400 to 1 million account as well. But you know, we have a whole bunch of accounts. We got a TA Fans Club account. Actually, it's just my account, but I just call TA Fans Club account. We got the $400 million challenge account. We got a $1 to X amount of challenge account. All kinds of accounts, guys. All kinds of accounts. Lost $200 with my overly bullish long yesterday. It happens. Where's the confluence? The confluence down here on the bottoms. Let me see up down here, bottom down here. Do we have any kind of move? This is a nice trend over here. This is a nice line. This actually broke towards the upside up here. This actually broke towards the upside. I don't know, is this curving or not? Do you see the curvature on this up here? It looks like just, you know, slowly bleeding down. Nobody should be surprised if this thing goes much lower and longer bear market than previous, as free money era has paused for now. In the meantime, we may have nice bear rallies, but know your risks. It really doesn't matter. If you are trading, it really doesn't matter if the price goes up or down, because you can make money, right? It really doesn't matter. It only matters if you are spot long. That's it. And most people, most retail, everybody else is always spot long, right? Because they don't understand. So the thing that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to learn trading, because I figured out that sure, in the bull markets, my spot money will make me money. That's fine. But what am I gonna do in the bear markets? We just went through an entire bear market for 2 years. No money has been made. It's been, you know, very, very bad for my channel. So I was figuring out there will come another bear market, and I want to prepare myself for that next bear market. I want to, you know, sorry about that. Be good with trading. So when the bear market next time hits, we're gonna have something to do, guys. We're gonna have something to do. Don't do an isolated trade. Why not? Don't start with isolated cross stuff. Going up now, please. But Binance minimum is 5, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's why we use Bybit. That's why we use Bybit, because on Bybit you can trade $1. You can take $1 and make it into $1 million. The dreams. The dreams, guys, the dreams. Practice makes perfect, exactly. You'll get liquidated, but it doesn't matter, it's $1, who cares? Why is this even a discussion? It's $1, who cares if I get liquidated? I just said, like, we can just make, you know, a new loan. Draw this line. SEC make an announcement tomorrow, what's your thoughts? Not so much, I don't know what they're gonna make an announcement about. If it has something with crypto, it might, you know, we might have a, you know, black swan flag, guys. We might have a black swan flag. Black swan, black flag swan, black swan. It's black flag swan or black swan flag. Black swan event, goddamn. We might have a black swan event, and this is actually a very good thing. Let me show you something, guys. Let me show you something on the charts. Why the black swan event is good? Because before every kind of rally, every kind of big, huge rally, you always have a spring towards the downside. You know, spring over here, there is no spring. We just, you know, climbed up here, but you know, when the spring happens, that's when you have a rally, right? And these, you know, these springs can be very, very powerful, guys, right? So over here, just before we had a major rally 2007, we had a spring, and then, you know, exploded towards the upside. Springs are good, guys. Springs are good. Down over here as well. Just before the rally up here, we went down here. We had some kind of spring up here. You can also call this spring, but no, this is a spring over here. Spring, major rally, right? I don't know if I haven't checked down here, but did we have a spring down here? I mean, you could call this a spring over here, and then, you know, rally towards outside. So oftentimes there is some kind of event that happens before a big rally that gets everybody out and scared and stuff like that, and then explodes towards the upside, right? Springs are good, guys. Springs are good. So if you want to have a major rally, and then, as you can see down here, there has been no spring. What I was actually hoping for over here is that we could have a spring down here and, you know, use that spring to climb towards the upside. But, you know, when it started doing this move up here, I was like, nah, that's not a spring. This is accumulation phase over here. Springs only point of a spring is to, you know, pick up the last part of the liquidity below, pick up the liquidity, get everybody out so they can FOMO in later, right? To FOMO in later. So you want to get out all of these guys. So a lot of people up here went long. So when you push it down, a lot of these pieces, people hit stop losses, liquidations, and get out. And when you push it fast, you know, very fast towards upside, then all of these people need to FOMO back in and push the price even higher. So springs are very, very good. So the question is right now, are we gonna get a spring over here? So if you do get a black swan event or something like that, spring, guys, spring. So let's see down here, how much downside over here is there? 0.5, 0.1, 21.7. This is below our support levels. Where is the 4 hourly? 200 moving average. It's all the way down. 1.46. We're gonna get liquidated if we do long now. Down here was, you know, 1%. But if you do it right now, let's see if this pushes back a little bit more towards downside. Then we're gonna do 100x long. I found this Binance owner is buying a ton of VR. Don't chill your bags, man. Don't chill your bags. I'll be swing trading VR result. Do you know CZ from Binance? He's not buying just VRA or Matic or something. Do you know how many coins they own? They own over 4,000 coins. 4,000 coins. It's easy pump. That's just, you know, FUD or something like that, man. It's easy that, you know, he's invested in this coin or he likes that coin. He just, you know, it's just crap. Don't listen to this kind of stuff. That's people trying to shield their bags and stuff like that. See, Binance owns 4,000 coins. They buy everything. Please draw one trend. We did draw one trend. We did draw one trend. Yeah, we can do it over here, that's fine. One trend. A little bit different up here, but you know. No, sorry, it's up here. It's probably up here somewhere. This is the first one, this is stop up here. Yeah, there you go, that's your trend, man. This is the downtrend right now. On the weekly. Don't make me do it on the weekly. You know what? We're gonna go crazy. Let's see up here on the 1 minute time frame. What do we have on the 1 minute time frame? We have support levels up here. We have support levels up here, but you know, it's kind of sketchy. Going for a retest. That. Let's do 100x long. It's $1. Why do we even think about this, man? Why are it's $1? $1. 100x long. 100%. 100%. You cannot do more than that. 100% long. Because, you know, buy long. There we go. Confirm. $1 is now deployed in making us rich, guys. Making us rich. There we go. We have started the $1 to, you know, X amount of money challenge. So we're gonna see if this actually plays out or not. We're gonna see if this actually plays out or not. It's good, it's good. But where the, you know, and you guys can follow this as well, you know, up here. We have, you know, I think 0.8 or something like that room to towards downside. So hopefully this plays out in our favor, right? Trust me, look at a weekly MAC ribbon. Flip bearish. Yeah, we know. We are bearish. It's an uneven double bottom pattern. Uneven double bottom pattern. This 1 minute time frame really doesn't matter, but you know, it might be that. And uneven, you know, double bottoms can be, you know, even. They don't have to be even. They can still be double bottoms, so forth, so forth. But it's a little bit different. Look, we don't use logarithmic scale. So, guys, thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, but you know, probably tomorrow. And we're gonna see what we do. We're gonna see what we do and how much. I'll be on. I'll be on in the group, in TF Fans Club group. We're gonna look at the charts. We're gonna do something. I don't know. And there's that. Thanks for stopping, guys. This is my update on the dump. I'm still not sure whether this is done or not. But we are waiting. We are waiting for buttons, right?
Noise.
So when we get button, I don't know. See you around, guys. Bye bye.
The late adopter, he's growing younger. His lines are insane. He's your crack and dopamine dealer. The late adopter, the crypto doctor. He's got what you need. He's your vitamins and painkiller. The late adopter, he's growing younger. His lines are insane. He's your crack and dopamine dealer. The late adopter, the crypto doctor. He's got what you need. He's your vitamins and painkiller.
The signal is the truth. The noise is what distracts us from the truth.
The late adopter, he's growing younger.